What's good, Ballin' Squad? It's your boy back to Ballin' Wood. I'm coming to you guys today with another lit reaction video, bro. So in this reaction video today, man, I'm about to react to Jesser, the truth to Tyler leaving 2Hype. So we done heard Mopey, bro. We done heard Mopey excuse of him leaving 2Hype. Well, not excuse, but we heard his story. Now we gotta hear Jesser because there's always two sides of the story. Cash yesterday said that he was crying. So let's just see what Jesser got to say. Can y'all please like, comment, and sub? Without further ado, let's get to the video.
Recently, Tyler made a video about why he left 2Hype, and in that video, he made a lot of false claims about me and manipulated different events and left out a lot of the story. So in this video, I'm going to give you guys a timeline of events so you guys have context of the full story, and then I'm going to react to every point Tyler has made in his video and respond to them.
Bro, peep them plaques right there, bro. Them things looking right on souls. But yeah, hey, you right too, bro. You right.
But before we get into that, I'm not asking you guys to sympathize with me. All I'm asking is that you watch the entire video before you form an opinion on the subject. As a lot of you guys know, me and Tyler have been friends since elementary school, and in high school, I started doing really good at YouTube, dropped out of school, went to go do it full time. I was super successful with it, and in that time, I wanted to bring up my friends, so I taught Tyler how to edit and helped him make videos, and then eventually got him to move into the 2Hype house at the time. And having Tyler in the house was amazing. We were really good friends. We hung out. I was in his videos. He was in my videos. Then we moved to Calabasas for a new house. Still same thing going on. Me and Tyler.
They moved to Calabasas, bro. They right there next door to Drake. Yo, Drizzy. They right there, bro. Like they moved to Calabasas. With the Jenners and the Kardashians, my boy.
We hang out all the time, like you're my friend. I loved hanging out with you. We made videos together, just countless videos on your channel, countless videos on my channel. In March, I moved out of the house, and the reason I moved out of the house was because I needed more space. I had one bedroom, but I had multiple employees in person. I'm trying to run different businesses. I needed my own space, and it's always been a dream to purchase my own home, and that is why I moved out. As Tyler stated in his video, he's been going through an addiction. Now, this had been going on for a while, but when I left the house in March, it got worse throughout the year, and I never got to fully understand the full extent of it. Later in the year, we were in negotiations with 100 Thieves to sign with them, and Tyler was on board with this, but it wasn't until like the last minute of negotiations, Tyler actually backed out of the deal and told us he didn't want to be a part of the 100 Thieves deal. Tyler explained to us that he didn't want to be part of the 100 Thieves deal because of the contract and the obligations that came with it, and we said, okay, you can still be part of 2Hype, you just won't do the 100 Thieves obligations, and that's what we agreed to for some time. But then Tyler expressed to us he didn't want to be part of the group either. And
bro, Tyler, you're crazy, bro. You are. I don't get mad because it's none of my business, but you are crazy, bro. How are you turning down 100 Thieves with Nadeshot? Not Nadeshot. You feel me? The tables are turning right now, Tyler. You're losing me, bro. You're losing me. I'm about to turn off the post notice plus the sub.
And Tyler was going through it mentally at the time, going through addiction. So we talked to him as a group, and we came to the decision that, you know, go to rehab, get your mind right, take time. If you still don't want to be part of the group when you get back, you know, think about it for a while. You don't have to be part of the group, but don't make this life-changing decision until you get your mind right. Tyler went to rehab, and about 20 days later, he came back, and there wasn't much communication when Tyler came back. I texted him a little bit, but I felt like he was avoiding me. For example, he came to the house to drop off something for my roommate, Rick, but didn't come inside to talk to me. James came to his door, knocked on it. You wouldn't even open the door to talk to James after you came back from rehab. Shortly after that, your dad emailed us demanding documents. And to give context on Tyler's dad, Tyler, over the years, you've only said negative things about your dad. I've only had limited experiences with him.
We ain't even gonna speak on that though, bro. That's crazy, bro. Hey, I like how you just threw that in there. You've only said negative things about your dad, Tyler. Like, bro, out here snitching. Jesser ain't playing, bro. Jesser coming with the facts, bro. The facts.
But you always expressed to me that your dad was a negative influence. As you can see, this email shows Tyler's dad reaching out for these documents. Now, while this was happening, Tyler's dad met with our manager and made physical threats on multiple people in the group. And as you can see, Tyler talks about it in this clip.
The reason that Chris hired security was because my dad. I had a talk with my dad, and I told him everything that has gone on, and my dad sat down with our manager at the time, my ex-manager, and he told him, and he threatened Chris.
Multiple people had to hire security because they did not feel safe. Tyler, you never messaged anyone once apologizing for what your dad did. The only thing you messaged us after that was threatening emails, threatening legal action. We did not give Tyler's dad those documents he requested because he threatened our safety. People had to hire security. He has zero right to those documents that he's requesting. Tyler does. Tyler did not ask for them. It's coming from his dad. He then sent another email requesting even more documents from us. It is a very, very long email, and there's
Tyler out here controlling folks, ain't he? Hey, Tyler, you didn't tell us about this right here, bro. And why you blurring this out right now, bro? Like, let me see these documents, bro. Let Ballin see if this is legit. Come on now.
a lot of private information. As you can see, it's blurred, but I will read different sections from it. I will look forward to hearing from an officer of 2 Court. If I do not hear back within a reasonable and appropriate time frame based on the fact that my earlier email was ignored, which I explained why it was, I will stop all communication and bring legal action on behalf of Tyler Glenn Mopey against all parties mentioned in this email. And Tyler never mentioned the fact that he came at us legally first. If no criminal violations occurred, then all being accused will be vindicated and those who have accused with be left to lick their wounds. But if the violations did occur, you ignore this email, this sees the inside of a courtroom. All penalties will be enforced to the fullest extent of the law and no friendly considerations will be given to any party.
Wait. Tyler, you shot first and they shot back and you got mad? Bro, how you gonna shoot first and then get mad when they shoot back? Who does that, Tyler Glenn? Mopey? This can't be real, bro.
And then at the end of the email, this is how we found out Tyler was leaving 2Hype. It was an email from his dad that had legal threats, and it said, in closing, I would like to remind you all that Mopey walked away from 2Hype for moral and ethical reasons that involve the actions both personally and professionally of the 2Hype members, and he was not pushed out or forced out. The plan was for when Tyler got back from rehab to tell us whether he wanted to be in the group, how he was feeling, but no, you didn't come to us, you didn't have a group discussion with us. We've had to find out from your dad in an email where you're literally threatening us with lawsuits, Tyler. You couldn't have come and talked to us after everything we've been through. We had to find out through an email. We could have made everything mutual. Nothing had to be a back and forth attack. There had to be no legal action. But no, this is how everything happened. And keep in mind, Tyler, everything before rehab, we're meeting, we're talking to each other, you come back, stop talking to us, and threaten us legally. But in your video, you make it seem like we're coming after you legally when this has been going on for over a month.
Talk your talk, Jesser. Bruh, Jesser right here, he bringing them facts, bro. Y'all can't mess with Jesser. Jesser corporate, bruh. He corporate and he can play basketball, bro. He's all in one. Pause. Hey, pause.
There are more threats in this email. We replied telling him you are not Tyler's power of attorney, which basically means he'd be able to sign for Tyler, act as if he was Tyler, and what he responded with was a middle finger.
He put a middle finger, bro. Y'all can't lie, bro. I know they laughed about this, bro. I know they cracked up because I'm laughing about this.
Then from that point on, all of the emails started coming from Tyler's own email. During this time when Tyler was threatening us with legal action, he was still living in the house. So we pretty much told him like, dude, you have to leave in 30 days. You haven't paid rent in 8 months. You're suing your friends. And your dad is physically threatening us and you won't talk to us. This was a back and forth email about living in the house. I'm gonna paraphrase because it's kind of a lot. He was asking for information on the lease. He thanked us for that. Chris wasn't living in the house. The washer and dryer were his. He took them. As for me not making any payments on rent for the past 8 months, you must provide me with a complete financial breakdown that involves all members of 2Hype that are leaseholders and subleaseholders and the rent due and paid from each to substantiate that I have not completed rent payments as needed. Also, if I'm not mistaken, there was money directly taken from 2Hype Court checking account and paid toward rent. Please provide the financial details on that point as well, if in fact it did happen or prove to me that it did not happen. Now, the 2Hype Corporation started subsidizing the 2Hype house rent as we were filming a bunch of different videos there. We all agreed on that. We all had to pay less rent, and Tyler, you just never paid rent, and now you're asking for documents that prove that. We're friends, bro. It's a discussion about rent. It's not like, oh, Tyler, I'm gonna make a document that says you owe me this rent every month and hold you to it. Yeah. It's like, nah, bro, like that's your rent.
Like, bro, you should know that, bro. Come on, like it's rent, Tyler. Pay your bills, bro. Come on, bro. What's up with that, man? Jesser, you are not nasty like I thought you were. I thought you was really a freak bull, but you are really like you're regular, my guy. You're normal. Thank you. I was a little scared you was like a robot or something, but you're not.
Later in the emails, he says, I'd like to add that you emailing 3 members that are not leaseholders, but only subleaseholders. One, in fact, is not even involved in this matter, is unlawful conduct on your part. What he's talking about, we added Cash to the email because Cash is in 2Hype. He's been involved in all these legal things too. He's part of the group. So we just added him to the email, and he's literally saying, do it again and I will bring legal action against you for defamation of character, and I'm not threatening you, I am promising you. Because we added Cash to an email chain, Tyler said this. This is coming straight from Tyler.
Tyler talking that talk, bro. Tyler ain't playing, bro. Yo, Tyler act like a nut right now, bro. This is scary.
I am not threatening you, I am promising you. And then he said, furthermore, if you stop paying utilities, I will bring legal action against all leaseholders because with subleaseholders, it would be unlawful contact to do so. We never did that. The utilities never turned off. Mitchell lived there at the time, but he actually moved out because he was afraid to run into Tyler because of the threats with his dad and everything that was going on legally. He moved back in with his parents. Tyler ended the email saying, I look forward to one day hearing from Jesse and Mitchell what I possibly could have done to make them afraid of me, for I've known them since first grade. As for Zach, James, and Cash, wow, what can I say? They are afraid of me. Tyler, you won't even talk to me at this time? We talked about the house stuff. Now back to the documents. Tyler started requesting them under his email. He asked them. So we set up a time and place for him to view the documents, which was at the 2Hype house where Tyler was living. And the 4-hour window we set up for Tyler to view all the documents he asked for, he left the house and he just never showed up. So all of this back and forth about the emails, we set up a time. He literally didn't show up. After that, more time had passed. Tyler stopped sending threatening emails and got an actual lawyer. And now we've been dealing with that back and forth. During this time, we won the Streamies Award. It was a really big night for us. And on that night, Tyler quote tweeted it and put L-Hype, except for Cash and Mitchell, they're cool. And then after that, we send you a cease and desist letter because making all of this public is a lose-lose situation for.
Honestly, in my opinion, bro, I think Tyler is suing y'all for everything, bro. He's suing y'all for like every little thing. Like, if you guys don't give me back my piece of cheese I had in that refrigerator 8 months ago, I'm gonna sue you. If you guys take my TV, I'm gonna sue you. Like, if you guys take my TV downstairs, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue. Like, what?
For both of us. And in that cease and desist letter, it literally says we want to resolve this in a mutually agreeable manner. None of this has to be online. In your tweet about the cease and desist, you say they're not victims, don't fall for it. Yet you've been threatening to sue us legally for weeks and literally just won't talk to us. And then after that, you dropped your video painting a lot of us in an extremely bad light. And it's so crazy to me because Tyler, all these things you're expressing in your video, you never expressed to me in person.
He never said it, bro. He straight up two-faced you, bro. That, like, when you think that your dogs is really your dogs, but they not really your dogs, that's crazy to me.
When you got back, it's like you flipped a switch on our friendship. Everything you said in your video, you never discussed with me in person. But now let's get into Tyler's video so I can address each point he makes.
And getting into talking about everything, they sent me a cease and desist letter, so I do need to be careful with what I'm saying because they're threatening to sue me. I've literally only said L-Hype, and I'll be making a video.
You lying, bro. You didn't only say L-Hype. You emailed the mess out of them folks. Not to mention you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that. Like, bro, all in 9 minutes, I'm knowing what's really good in the hood, Tyler. And I'm not liking it, mopey. Brother.
And they're already sending me a cease and desist letter. Like, what does that tell you? Like, they're willing to do and say anything. I'll be going into a lot more later about that, but yeah, I'm gonna be talking about a lot.
Tyler, you saying the only thing you've done is put out a tweet is a complete lie. You threatened us with legal action on November 21st. You put out this tweet on December 12th. You're literally lying and manipulating your audience. You said you have to be careful because of the cease and desist letter. I feel like I have to be careful because you've threatened to sue me and your dad has threatened to sue me. And you guys are probably gonna threaten to sue me for this video.
But I've just been completely used, used and abused.
What? Now you're just trying to rhyme, bro. Like, now I'm sensing some type of like rapping that you're doing right there, Mopey. Like, this is crazy, bro. I don't know who to pick. Like, which side? It's not my like place to pick a side. It's just my place to react to these videos. But this is insanely crazy in your defense. Wow.
Like, used online my mopey personality
You claimed we abused you as Mopey. I assume this is reference to the Mopey abuse trend. But Tyler, me and you and the group have had countless conversations talking about the Mopey abuse thing, but you always told us you were cool with it and you ran with it on your own channel too. You kept that trend up on your own channel. Every 100,000 subscribers, you would do a video of us hurting you, Tyler, and you've always reassured us that the Mopey abuse stuff was okay and you did it on your own channel.
And abused, like, as Tyler. Like, everybody just forgetting about Tyler and only caring about Mopey.
I'm getting it now, y'all. Mopey never left. It's just been Mopey this whole time. He's never switched off to Tyler. He's just been Mopey on and off the videos. Like, what?
And Mopey showing up for the videos. Everybody just doesn't care about Tyler. And they're gonna say otherwise. Like, when I put out my tweet, they all just tried saying they helped me out more than anyone, showing texts of support, like all that stuff. But no, I'm not having some fake agenda like fake agenda that went out with like TD and Los go out there. Like, I'm saying the truth.
Tyler, I've known you since kindergarten. There has never been a hidden agenda in our friendship. I've known you for over 10 years and you've been one of my closest friends. And I genuinely believe what I said in my tweet is true. I taught you how to edit and make videos. I gave you an opportunity to move into the house and I promised you I would pay for your entire first year of rent.
What? Pay for my rent? You taught him how to edit too? Bro, listen, bro, you are a really good friend. If I was him, I'd be running away, like, not running away, but I'd be running, like, with everything you taught me, and I would just go, like, full Super Saiyan, just, you feel me? Like, I'd be going crazy, bro. Like, you're a good friend. You don't need to explain yourself, bro. For real, for real.
For free while I helped you build your own career. And then even after that first year, you would go months without paying me, but because you were one of my closest friends, I let it slide and I took responsibility for that. And besides the YouTube stuff, Tyler, I tried to help you become an adult. You never had a credit card, you never had a credit score. We had multiple discussions about, Tyler, this is what you need to get a credit card. This is the step-by-step process. But you say I don't care about Tyler, but I don't want one of my closest friends to be a grown man with no credit score. Like, you literally act like I never tried to help. Did you want me to drive you to the bank and talk to the teller for you? I don't understand. I also helped you with all of your videos because I wanted you to succeed alongside me and do this together. And Tyler, did I only care about Mopey when we all had to get together at my house? You got drunk, went on the mini ramp, and continuously tried hurting yourself and were falling every time. I pulled you off multiple times. I was so scared and I didn't want to see you get injured as my friend. I love you. I don't want to see anyone get injured. I had to pull you off multiple times.
He's still saying he love you, bro. If this isn't love, I don't know what is. This guy right here is your best friend.
But I just don't care, apparently. I'll talk about all this more later in the video, but I genuinely feel I've always tried to help you, Tyler, not Mopey, with what you're going through.
Yeah, going into each one of the individuals that I have issues with, I'll start out with Jesser, because everybody's probably wondering, like, wasn't that your friend since elementary school? It's like, yeah, he was. He's gone, though. It's just Jesser. There is no Jesse. And he's been doing some really nasty stuff that I don't ever care to see him again or talk to him again. First of which, that happened more recently, but I'll get into stuff that happened over the year and past years. And Chris was supporting this too. But Jesse saying I'm fighting serious demons and he's worried about me and basically just painting me out to be like mentally unstable because I put out my L-Hype tweet. Like, I can't describe how I feel about the manipulation and like the disgust for what he's doing.
Tyler, the reason I said you were fighting demons is because I didn't want to publicly tell everyone you were going to rehab. I didn't want to publicly say you were going through an intense addiction. That's very personal and it wasn't my place to say that. I also said don't fuel someone who's not okay. I apologize for this comment. It was insensitive. In the moment when I made that video about you, I was extremely emotional. And Tyler, you were going through it mentally. As you discuss later in the video, you talk about how you're drinking, you're smoking, you're vaping, you're...
Bro, he is smart. Jesser, you're a good friend, bro, because you're saying he's fighting demons instead of saying the real stuff.
Hurting yourself. You said these things in the videos. You were going through it. You were fighting demons.
Yeah, I've been abusing the sauce, the devil's lettuce.
The sauce.
I'm not saying the word for demonetization or whatever.
What kind of sauce we talking about, bro? Because your sauce and our sauce are two different things, bro. It seems like everything's a problem with you. So let us know what kind of sauce you are talking about, my G.
But yeah, I've been abusing that, nicotine, and in the past year, alcohol, like really badly.
Tyler, I apologize that my words were portrayed as calling you mentally unstable. That was never my intention when I said you were fighting demons. I believed it was appropriate to say this because I didn't want to expose private information about your substance abuse, and Tyler, you were going through a battle with yourself. As you said, you were going through a really bad period of your life this year. It was never meant to call you mentally unstable at all.
I never thought that getting into YouTube years down the line, I would be having my own brother manipulated by Jesser and tried to be used against me as a manipulation strategy by him.
I can't wait to see what Jesser gonna say about this right here, bro, because that was crazy how he put his brother like text message and stuff in the video and stuff. That was crazy.
To make people think that he cares about me and that he's reaching out to my family to support me. Like I can't even, like, it's crazy. I can't. I'm speechless. I don't know how to form words right now because it's so ridiculous.
You know you out here lying too, bro. You out here stuttering like I eat ooh I a e I o u. Like, bro, I hear you, bro.
This is my fault. I definitely should not have mentioned your mother or your brother in the video. That was inappropriate of me. When I did make the video, it was very emotional. Your brother called me after. I apologized to him. Do I regret talking to your mom or your brother? No, absolutely not. The reason I reached out to your brother is I expressed my concerns about you hurting yourself, Tyler. There were things that you did that you didn't tell him about and you were hurting yourself, and I was concerned as a friend. And same thing with your mom. That's what I reached out to her about, was you hurting yourself because I'm worried about you. So no, I don't regret reaching out to your family. Do I regret putting it online and mentioning it publicly? Yes, 100%. I should not have done that. That was my fault.
After I saw Jesse talk about my brother in his video and my mom too, which is 100% not okay with me, I texted my brother and this is what he said. I can't imagine how weird it was for him to be talking to Jesser, and like they've never talked before, and he's trying to make it out like he was trying to help me by talking to him on the phone, and then he just said online like he's like it. I don't even know what to say.
Tyler, you say I've never talked to your brother before. This is simply a lie. I've known you since kindergarten. He's your brother. He's come to the house many times.
I'm saying, bro, like how he never talked to your brother. Y'all been like kindergarten friends. It's all starting to make sense now, bro. Tyler, you capped out, shawty. Like you fully developed capper, bro. Like
we've done videos together literally on your channel, so I have talked to your brother before. Yes, I did express to your brother about the hate because I didn't want it to be a back and forth, a lose-lose situation of us dropping videos together. I was talking to Preston about how we could keep this offline, and obviously, as I said earlier, I was expressing my concerns of you hurting yourself to him. And if you meant I had never talked to him on the phone or about your addiction or what you're going through with him, yes, that is true. That was the first time I talked to him about it, because I didn't have any way to communicate with you, Tyler, so I had to go to your family to express my concerns as a friend.
And the eyes too, like he probably just rubbed his eyes and started to just get watery eyes. Like it's an act. It's all manipulation act. He does not care. He only cares because he wants to uphold his online image. That's all he cares about. That's all they all care about. That's it, and they'll say and do anything to keep that.
Tyler, you said I rub my eyes as a manipulation tactic to look sad, when this whole back and forth, like this has been some of the lowest points of my life. This situation is literally the only thing I've been able to think about in the last month. I can't even sleep at night without thinking this. This is extremely emotional, this situation for me. And to you acting like, oh, I'm just rubbing my eyes. What? Bro, I've always loved you, and then I get betrayed. This whole situation is extremely personal and emotional to me.
I gotta take accountability for not being entirely open with how bad things were with me this year, but I was open enough and things were visible enough to see that I needed help, and Jesse was never there for me. Jesser. It's not even Jesse anymore. It's just Jesser was never there for me.
This is a flat out lie, and this one hurts so much because, Tyler, I cared about you so much throughout the year and tried really hard to help you. Tyler, I tried my best to help you. I tried to reach out to you. Am I a trained professional? No. You're my first friend that's ever gone through an addiction. I don't know how to perfectly fix it or help you, but dude, I did try. And it's like an example like this text. No worries, let me know.
thanks, dude. You guys already watched the movie? Nah, we tubbing. Yo, Tyler, hope you feeling better. Did you still want to do your TikTok video tomorrow? Me and Mitchell, we're gonna film at your place, my place, at 2. So if you wanna, wow.
know if there's anything I can do to help you with, bro. It's all good, dude. Just needs time. Thank you. It's like, I would give you opportunities for you to express what was happening and tell me, but you would just bottle it in inside. I really got into meditation, priming this dude named Tony Robbins who tries to help people like get their mind together. I sent Tyler a lot of that stuff to try to help him through it because that's what helped me. And I thought, you know, maybe this will.
I might have listened to that video too. It's a 10-minute priming routine, say less. Because I want to sometimes get my mind together too, y'all. Like, and I recommend whoever's watching this video, like, let's listen to Tony Robbins together. Bet. Wait, that's the wrong one. I'll find it.
A lot of that stuff to try to help him through it because that's what helped me. And I thought, you know, maybe this will help Tyler. Even right here, Tyler texted me that he's gonna be in my videos, but he didn't want to record his own. And I was like, dude, you don't have to do that. Just take it easy. And he says, I'll set it out. And then I asked him, yo, let's go work out. Let's meditate. You know, something good for you, something that's helped me mentally. Like, this is an opportunity to help you, Tyler, and you don't respond. I read a lot of books about mental health and self-motivation, so I would send those to Tyler because that's what helped me from my experience. And it's like he would say, I really appreciate you sending this stuff to read and listen to, dude. The other stuff like Kevin Hart's book and Chop Wood, 2 other motivational books. He's like, I want to read and finish sometime. I'm gonna be honest, I can't really get behind what this guy's about. I'm really happy it's helping you a ton though. Tyler doesn't really like Tony Robbins. That's okay. He helped me. I tried to send it to him. I reached out to Tyler.
Tyler, what happened, bro? Oh man.
Yo, bro, let's talk one-on-one soon. Let me know when you can. We're gonna figure all this out. I love you. We're all here for you and want the best. Definitely talk soon. And Tyler, like, you expressed things like, oh, we didn't help you clean your room. I'm saying let's talk Thursday. If you need any help with your things, let me know. All you have to do is ask me. When I reached out to you with these messages, Tyler, there was no ulterior motive or manipulation.
That's crazy how you got all of these facts, bro, and Tyler was just straight capping this whole time. I'm starting to think nothing was wrong with Jadel. It was just him.
Wanted to help you. You were my friend. For example, what are you doing tonight? You want to talk things through or just vibe? Like, I was trying to help you, Tyler. I'm sorry I didn't do a better job at helping you.
And you still apologizing? Bro, I would not be apologizing if I was you right now, bro. At all.
I really am, but I hope you know I tried. When I moved out, I was extremely busy, yet I still put in effort and tried to help you, Tyler. I had gotten a house for the first time. I went through a breakup of a near 2-year relationship that was extremely hard on me. I'm running multiple different companies, multiple different YouTube channels, managing other YouTube channels. I have a ton of stuff going on, but I genuinely did try to help you while I was doing all of that. And I'm sorry I didn't put more time. I'm sorry. Like, looking back, I wish I could have helped you with all this more. I genuinely do, dude. And it makes me so sad that it's gotten to this point. I got all our friends together and I made a challenge. It was called Sober October, as in the text. The rules: the winner gets 1,000 cash, I will supply. Last 2 places have to take the rest of the boys out to dinner. Me and Todd made the list. So I'm gonna blur out this list because it's bad. One of the main reasons I did this challenge is because I wanted to help you, but you didn't even make it to the first day. Like, I can try to help you, but I can't force you, Tyler. Like, if you take a horse to water, you can't force it to drink. I tried to help you, bro. You didn't take my help. And at the time, like, I wanted to get sober too. I'm not perfect either. These 2 text messages, when you went to rehab, you didn't hit me back up. I know you were texting other people, but you decided not to hit me back up. Until after you got back, we texted back and forth a little bit, but then obviously everything switched when you started threatening us. And
bro, I need a friend like Jesser, bro. Any YouTubers out there that want to be my friend, bro, let me know. Am I doing everything right on my reaction channel? Flight. Somebody hit Flight and be like, yo, Ballin want to be your friend. Back to Ballin wants to be your friend, Flight. Let him know if he's doing everything right on his reaction channel, on his reaction journey. Let me know, bro.
All of these things I showed were just text messages. I showed those as proof because it's physical proof that I did try to help you, Tyler. Yeah. As you say, I didn't try to help you. Tyler, you're forgetting about all the personal conversations we've had about this. You act like we've never discussed this. This was a major thing throughout the year. We've had many discussions about it. Obviously, Tyler, when I did live in the house, we were way closer. We talked about things a lot more. Yes, when I moved out, we didn't talk as much. It's just part of not living with each other. Yeah. But you're forgetting all the countless conversations we've had in person too, where we have talked about what you're going through, and you're just acting like this never happened. I also wanted to include this clip as it shows an example of one of the times we met as a group and discussed what was going on with Tyler.
I remember when we had a talk outside, Mopey was saying that he was going to go get help or whatnot. Jersey was crying. You know what I mean? I can never forget how the face, the face Jersey had, like he was disappointing himself because he felt like that he could have did more for Mopik. You know what I mean? That's the energy I had felt from him, man.
When I talked to him in person and he said I hugged him and tried to use it against me, whatever, like he hugged me. I wish I said just like, I don't get away. Like,
bro, you're not even looking at me face to face right now, bro. Jester was looking at me in my eyes like this, bro. You're not even looking at me face to face, bro. How can I believe you right now?
Whatever, but yeah, he asked me what my goal was with the L-Hype tweet and if I wanted a bag. Like, he wasn't going there to check on me or really talk to me. He made me feel bad. He tried to make me feel bad about the hate he was getting.
Tyler, I did hug you. I hugged you because I loved you and I care about you as a friend. Also, after that conversation, you texted Mitchell that I exposed you to coronavirus. Why do you think I have these hidden agendas going at you? You think I'm hugging you to give you a coronavirus? I don't have any hidden agenda against you, Tyler. I love you as a friend. I did ask you what your goal was with the L-Hype tweet because it came to a complete shock to me. And then you saying right after, you asked me if I wanted a bag. What I asked you is, why did you get lawyers involved? Was it for a bag? Because you're obviously leaving the group, right? You have a couple options when you leave the group. You can agree to a buyout where you sell your shares to the company, getting a bag. Or do you want to just own your percentage of the company, leave the group, but still try to make money off it by having a percentage? Or did you want to give your shares back? Did you want to give them to Mitchell? I still don't understand why you have lawyers and why you're demanding these documents. You've never made it clear what you want, and I was trying to figure that out because we are in the dark. You're skewing conversations because in that conversation we talked about you being sober, but we literally only talked for 10 minutes because you said you had to go.
Bro, listen, I got a question. So if you leave the group, you'll still keep your percentage of the group? Y'all gonna let him still keep it? Y'all not gonna say, all right, here goes your payout? What? That's crazy.
And you just left. Like, I would have loved to sat down with you in hours and go back and forth because of all this legal stuff. We didn't talk for a while. And this is our first time talking. You can only give me 10 minutes. Also, Tyler, in this conversation I had with you, I asked you when in your life you ever felt you couldn't ask me something and I wouldn't say yes to it. And this is what you told me. You said, when I asked you to hide my devil's lettuce, you didn't. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. I'm gonna be honest. I felt in a weird position having to do that. It made me uncomfortable and
He tried to let that man hide the gas, bro. That's crazy. He tried to send him on a run, make a play on Justin.
I didn't want you going through my room looking for it. It's like, if you want me to hide it, dude, just throw it away. Don't put it on me. And you feel like this is the only time I've said no to you in your life? I am sorry, Tyler. I wish I could have helped more with that situation, and looking back, I wish I did. Addressing the part where you say I tried to make you feel bad for all the hate I was getting, yes, I was pretty upset about it. It's caused me to be at some of the lowest points of my life, hearing everyone say I snaked my best friend like this. While I still don't understand this hatred that's built up for me that you've bottled in, that's just released. I don't understand it, where it's came from. You've never addressed these problems to me in private, Tyler. Never. You just go online after everything we've been through and start talking shit.
The fact that he tries using the rent that he helped me out with and that he helped me out with my channel in the first place, and he uses that against me to like keep me under his thumb, it's terrible. It's not friendship. That's not a friend.
When have I ever used me helping you with your channel, helping you pay rent against you? Never in my life have I been like, oh dude, I paid your rent. Oh, I helped you with your channel. You owe me this. No, we never even talk about that. That's never even been brought up between us, Tyler. The reason I helped you is because you're my friend. It's not some manipulation tactic to get you to do things for me. And Tyler, yes, earlier in the video, I did bring up the rent and some of the things I did for you, but that was just to show I care as a friend, as you made this video saying I don't.
Because of all the stuff that's been happening, I wish I never took his help. And I almost wish I didn't go move into the YouTube house in Yorba Linda. I wish I just went to college sometimes and didn't get like this deeply involved in any of this.
It's never too late, Tyler. You can put down that damn camera and you can take to college. You can go to college, bro. You can apply. It's never too late. I see people that's 80 years old in college right now, dog.
Because how bad it's turned out. Like, I've literally just been a pawn, I feel like, to his grind to 10 million subscribers. Like, yeah, he helped me out with that stuff. but it's all because he just needs people around him to make videos.
Tyler, before you even moved in, I was living with YouTubers. I had YouTubers around me. I've had people to make my content. I don't need you to make content. I wanted you to move in because you were my boy, and I wanted you to have your own career, your own YouTube channel. And yes, did I want you to be a part of my journey? Hell yeah, bro, you were one of my closest friends. I wanted you to be in all my videos, and I helped you with all of yours too. You're saying I used you as a pawn when that's simply not true. And Tyler, once again, you have never expressed this way you're feeling to me. I never knew you felt like this at all. You hid it from me. Like, I wish we could have talked about this. I wish you would have came up to me and be like, bro, I feel like you're using me. And I wish we could have talked it out because these are such ridiculous claims.
Supporting that.
At the end of the day, bro, all of this is just petty nonsense, bro. They're best friends. You were once in a group. Like, it's just petty nonsense. It has to just, bro, y'all got to fix it.
Feeling that I have of being just used. When we made the VR channels, he took 51% of my VR channel. Like, all those channels were just started up for money because the VR channels were the fastest growing at the time. He took 51% of my channel and then bragged about it. Like, I heard that, and he'll deny that or whatever, but that shit stuck in my brain, and I could never believe how this dude can say that about his friend, elementary school friend, that he owns like his channel, and like that's something to brag about. Like it's like nothing I want to be around.
Now, I've never publicly said this, but I do own a company that manages YouTube channels. It's a side thing I do. I put a lot of work and energy into it. Tyler, you agreed to doing all of this. You were excited to do it. You were hella about it. All you had to do was record the videos and I would handle everything outside of that. You were hyped for it. I spent thousands of dollars getting the videos edited, spent a lot of time reviewing the videos, working on them, and then you expressed to me one day, you're like, hey, Jesse, I don't want to do the VR channel. With no hesitation, I told Tyler, yeah, that's fine. Like, I understand, I get it, you're going through a lot, let's not do it, you don't want to do it. I'm not going to ever force you. But it's like, did I say, oh, I paid for your rent, helped you build your career, so you have to do this? No, with no hesitation, I said, Tyler, that's fine. You don't have to do this. I will deny you saying I was bragging about this because that never happened, Tyler. I forgot to include this in the video, so I'm doing a voiceover, but Tyler, your VR channel, it never even had an upload on it. And Tyler, we never even had a contract for this channel, so technically I never even owned 51%, and why would I brag about a channel that has no uploads and no videos?
Dude, just how like selfish this dude is, and actually all the guys, this applies to all of them. But we were in a Discord call when it was time for Moochie to join 2Hype. We were talking, and I put it out there. I was like, hey, is anybody else willing to give up a % or two so Mitchell feels more part of the group? Nobody wanted to. He's just on a tiny salary now. Mitchell doesn't own a % of 2Hype. Jesser was not willing to give up 1% for our elementary school friend, one of the dudes that adds the most to the group, pure good person, funny entertainment. These guys in Jesser could not give up 1% for him. We could have all given up a percent, and he could have had 6% of 2Hype. That sounds amazing to me.
It might sound amazing to you, bro, but you're messing with people's pockets, bro. I forgot to say that. Like, you're literally like, bro, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what, bro. People got bills. Tyler, Mopey. People got bills. Bro, my mom, I want to retire her. My sister, I don't want her to work. My little sister, I don't want her to work. My baby sister, I don't want her to work. I want to look out. My girlfriend has 2 jobs, Mopey. You don't know what other people are going through, bro. I don't want my girl to have 2 jobs. I got 1 job because it pays a lot. But at the end of the day, you don't know what other people are going through, bro. You can't just throw that out there, bro. Yeah, it looks like you came from a silver spoon, because look at your settings, look at your background. It looks really, really nice. But at the end of the day, bro, you do not know what people are going through.
But no, he's just on a tiny salary because they can. Because it's a business. It's not for fun. It's not for fun or friendship. It's a business.
Tyler, you expressed to the group that you were unhappy with your amount of shares. So we had a meeting where we shifted all the shares, and you went up more than anyone and I went down. And the reason I went down is because I want you to be comfortable and happy as my friend. If I'm this money hungry person, why would I give up shares to you like that? And Mitchell is—
And he throwing bread to you like that?
is my best friend and he's not on a small salary. Mitchell is making very good money. I have talked to Mitchell about owning a percentage of the company in the future, and he can back me up on this. This is just, once again, not true. And Tyler, you also never gave a share to Mitchell, and it's like, if you wanted to do that, you could. The shares that you have right now, why don't you just give them all to Mitchell instead of coming at us with lawyers the way you're talking?
And the thing that makes it so annoying is they try to paint it as not a business, and it's all about the friendship and all of them doing it for fun. It's like, no. Stop being so, like, stop trying to keep the greediness and selfishness in the dark. Like, that's what's aggravating for the people that have been abused by it. Like, own up to the shit. Like, stop lying. It's so bad. Like the Sidemen are a great example. Like, they're a wannabe Sidemen.
Oh my god.
But they're terrible people.
Bro, get this guy out of here. He stinks, bro.
Like, what else would you expect from a wannabe Sidemen group from LA? Like, it's bound to be fake as hell, just greedy, selfish, self-gain, like all of that. So Sidemen are amazing because they're genuine. They do stuff fair. They don't abuse people on the business side. I found out some stuff on the business side that's like, what the hell? I don't care about the money like that, but I want to be treated equal. I want to be treated with respect, and that didn't happen.
Tyler, once again, I wish you expressed to me in person the way you were feeling. I didn't know you felt this way. Also, you say we abused you on the business side. I am confused by this because the only thing that's happened since the start of the company in the business side is we raised your shares. Everyone's gotten paid out on the same day. And yes, Tyler, it was a business too, but you neglected the business side of that. You wouldn't show up to a ton of the meetings. You would play video games during some of them. You didn't really put your 2 cents into the business side, but we didn't force you to. And once again, Tyler, I wish you talked to me about this because you didn't express that you felt uncomfortable and that we were doing these things to you in the business side.
They're not humans. They're not real people anymore. They have ascended past humans and normal people, and they're YouTube gods. They are YouTube gods now, and
At least he admitting that they be dropping them bangers.
they just make decisions. Like I heard that Jesser and Chris were talking to TD about kicking me out of the old house in Yorba Linda because I was like hanging out with my ex-girlfriend, or I was just not uploading enough. I never knew that.
Tyler, I never knew this either because this never happened. Why would I want to kick you out of the house when you were one of my best friends? And for the viewers who've been watching since then, the meme at the time was Mopey was never home, and I was sad because I couldn't hang out with you because you were my friend. Why would I want to kick my friend out who I just had move in out of the house? This literally makes no sense that I want to kick someone out who is a major part of my channel and my life.
Just like Los and TD didn't know they were kicked, and Mao too, they didn't know they were kicked until it was already a decision. They don't feel the need to like have normal conversation.
And then he throwing other people in there too, bro. Come on, Tyler. Come on, bro.
They just make terrible decisions on their own.
Wow.
Like, and it's just it's nothing to be around unless you're a part of it and wanna just. I don't even know. I'm so glad I'm out of it.
Tyler, that was a group decision. You have a voice in the group. You didn't express that. You were part of that. You were there. One of the reoccurring problems throughout all of this is you feel some type of way, but you don't let anybody know. We can't read your mind, Tyler. The decisions that were made were not my decision. It was all of us together as a group's decision.
And the weird thing is, too, they're in denial. Like, they're just so deep in their own lies and just thinking that they're right and everyone else is just the bad people going out to get them. It's like something he said to me was, all change is good change. It's like, so nobody can get lost in the money, in the internet clout? Nobody can lose themselves? That's not a thing? Like,
I don't ever recall saying this. I don't think all change is a good thing. People can change for the worse. People can change for the better. It's just like a dumb statement. I never said that. I feel like you're just grasping for straws and reasons to hate me.
I've seen how this dude talks to people.
It's clearly like a jealousy thing, bro. In my eyes. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm sensing right now, bro. Like, yeah. I don't know. It's a jealousy thing.
Like editors and people out in public, like working people. And it makes me sick. It's like, again, just YouTube gods, like, looking down on people, talking shit about people, because apparently they feel like they can. Like, apparently they feel like they're the next American Sidemen and they could do whatever they want. It's like, their heads are gonna fall off. They're getting so big and they can't Like, I can't. I don't even. I'm trying to make a joke or something. I can't. I don't know.
This is extremely upsetting to me because it's an attack on my character and who I am. Tyler, you're saying I talk down on people, to working people, to editors. I try to treat everyone I meet with kindness and respect. When have I talked down to working people and editors? I live with my editor. He moved in with me and we're really good friends. And he can back me up with this on my character.
Another situation that stands out in my mind is we were out eating. It was Jesser, a friend of ours, and me, and we were at Cheesecake Factory eating outside. We didn't even have our food yet, and Jesser sees this kid like walk by or whatever, and we can kind of see when someone's kind of like looking back and might recognize us, and he's like just begging for the kid to not like walk over.
It's like, no, please no.
And say hi. And it's like, it's a little kid and his dad.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and Jesser's just begging, like, no, please don't come over here. Like, leave us alone, no. Like, I swear. And it's like, this kid, it's probably going to make this kid's day, at least day, probably a week, or something like that. Just meeting Jesser. But the other side of it is this dude is begging for him to not come over and say hi. Chris put this in Jesser, like, that he's better and doesn't need to like talk to the people that support him, and it's like, it's nasty, and I feel bad as a friend that I couldn't help stop that happening. But he was just living with Chris and Zach for so long that like these terrible attitudes about just life just completely just changed this dude.
Yes, I will admit, there's been times in my life where I don't want to be recognized in public, especially when I'm eating. I was with a friend from out of town I hadn't seen in months, and you saying I'm begging for this kid to not come over is exaggerated. You're making it sound like it's the end of the world if this kid comes over. And the thing is, we were in the outdoor area, and the only way to get to the outdoor area is going through the inside area of Cheesecake. The dad lifted the kid over the fence. This is the part you didn't mention. And I took a picture with the kid, and I had a conversation with the dad. Even though there's been times where I don't want to be recognized, I've never denied a fan a picture. But you try to put me in this light that every time a kid sees me, I'm like, oh, I hope I don't get recognized.
He's acting like you ain't take a picture or nothing, bro. That's crazy, Mopey. You would lie to me like that, bro. Manipulate me. Talking about some manipulations.
I've met so many fans in public, and I'm always appreciative of it, and those people who have met me, they can tell you that. You're saying Chris and Zach influenced me this way, but to be honest, I'm extremely proud of the person I've become, and Zach and Chris helped me become the person I am, and I'm forever grateful to them for that.
And then thinking it's okay to paint me as mentally unstable online just because I'm saying F the group, L-Hype, and he's trying to, like, it's just so mind-boggling how, like, what happened. And it's really sad, but I'm just getting away from it. I'm not gonna rack my brain over trying to change people. They're just so deep in their own ways. It's like, I'm just leaving. I'm not being a part of it.
Once again, Tyler, when I said fighting demons, I did not mean to betray you as mentally unstable. You keep saying I tried to betray you as mentally unstable, so I just wanted to address that again.
And it's like, how did I stay a part of the group for so long with all this stuff happening? It's because I numb myself. You guys don't know this about me, but I need to make things combine my two lives. I've been living this mopey life, and then I have Tyler, my life, that I've been numbing myself and hurting myself for a while. And yeah, I've been abusing the sauce, the devil's lettuce. I'm not saying the word for demonetization or whatever, but yeah, I've been abusing that, nicotine, and in the past year, alcohol, like, really badly. And it got so bad this year, and I tried to quit so many times. Man. I tried to get help. You know, I put like this text, and like, this is a great example of the kind of support these guys offer as friends. Talking about starting a drinking problem and stopping it, and just trying to get better.
LSK just walked right over it, bro. Yo, James and Zach, have you guys started watching the Chop Draft?
And then everybody only has time to just like it, like, just thumbs up. Not a single word of encouragement or anything. And just goes back to talking about video shit. And it's like, okay, cool, great support. And then we got Jesser over here immediately texting me after, once he sees that, for me to be in his sponsored video. Like, I hadn't talked about these issues I've been having, and then he doesn't even acknowledge it. He just asked me to be in his sponsored video, and then he says thank you, then I say one more thing to try to get some acknowledgement, and then he just says proud of me. If I hadn't said that one text before or after thank you, conversation would have ended, and I didn't hear anything in person. Like, no one cared about Tyler.
I think you just bougie right now, bro. You don't know what good friends are until they're gone.
like, it was only Mopey. If Mopey could show up for videos, and it's like, it's sick. It's not real friends. It's like, what the, like, I'm a person that was like, I'm out of there. I'm not being a part of it.
Tyler, once again, I showed earlier, I did try to reach out to you about these things. I didn't live with you, but I definitely did try, and you can't say that I didn't. You showed the text you sent to the group. I mean, this had happened multiple times, and there were many conversations about it. There were group conversations. There were
He just want attention, bro, at this point.
one-on-one conversations, and then you show a text message of me. And yes, Tyler, I did message you after that asking you to be in the sponsored video. It was a big sponsored video for me. I already told them that you and everyone else was gonna be in the video, so I thought I would just ask, and I literally told you in the text message, it's okay if you don't want to. Like, I didn't try to pressure you. You easily could have said no. I wouldn't have felt any type of way. Also, in that clip, you said there's no encouragement, no words of advice, but if you literally scroll up to our last text message, I'm asking about you quitting the vape, but you don't mention that in your video. And also at the end of the text message, I reach out about helping you with the money stuff because you had problems with your taxes and all of that, and I've had good experience with it. I've gone through those things. I asked, do you need help? Because I could help you with that. Offering my help.
Since getting sober, I realized, like, I'm not being around these people because they contributed to me using. Like, they do that stuff themselves, and they treat me terrible. So, like, it's not a good environment for me. I'm not being around that environment. I want to be healthy. I want to stay sober. Like, so I'm staying away from them. I'd hope to never see them again.
Tyler, you talk about how we do those things, and the crazy thing is I never did any of that stuff until I moved into the same house with you and I was around it, but I will never blame you for my actions. And
I would, bro, because you surround yourself around people. Like, my mom always, let me just rewind that real quick. My mom said, if you hang around a hot dog stand for too long, you're eventually going to buy a hot dog. So you got to watch the energy you hang out with. Like Solo Minotti said a lot, spiritual self. He said you got to protect your energy.
you act like I'm trying to contribute to that when I'm trying to help you and my other friends. For example, when I did the Sober October Challenge, I'm trying to better myself and the people around me.
While I was not entirely open with how bad things were for me, they'll say like they didn't know and I just kept to myself. It's like if I said I was taking breaks and I wouldn't upload and I wouldn't be around for weeks and like months on end, and no one checked on me for like months and months. And like my living situation, my hallway was so bad. Just everybody walks by it and thinks nothing of it, like what's going on in my room and like what I'm doing to myself in my room. And it's like it got so bad with my hallway that it could be pitch black dark, and I memorized where to step to not step on shit and get to my room. Like, and I don't want to blame my living situation and how I was treating myself on them, but I'm not having it go out there that they were supportive of me or trying to help me. Like, it was just me.
This is the first time for me I've experienced a friend go through addiction like this, and Tyler, I wish I could have helped more. I tried to help in my own ways that I thought would help. I'm not a trained professional. You're my first friend to go through this. I didn't know really how to react. I wasn't living with you, and I'm sorry, Tyler.
And Jesse wants to go online and say I'm fighting serious.
The fact that he's still apologizing, bro, throughout this whole video shows Jesse's character, bro. And that's like, it's pure and it's genuine.
Demons. Like, no, they're the only demons I'm fighting, those guys, because they're trying to paint me out to be mentally unstable because I went to like rehab because I was using those substances that are legal in my state. Like, I can smoke and I can drink and I could use nicotine products, and they're trying to paint me out as crazy for that stuff. Like, I don't like it. It's a joke to mental illness, and that they like care, and it's just such a joke. And it makes me sick, honestly.
This clip right here is very vital to everything going on, so I'm gonna break down this clip. Tyler, we are not the demons you are facing. You cannot deny that. You've been going through a really tough time in your life, and I've just tried to be there for you. Once again, you're my first friend to go through an addiction. I tried to help in my ways. I genuinely tried to be there for you, and I'm not a trained professional to handle with the situation, but I did try. Tyler, I've never said you were mentally unstable. I said you were fighting demons. I did not try to manipulate you or other people into thinking that. I simply said it because you were going through an addiction. I didn't want to expose private information out there. It was never my intent to call you mentally unstable.
Just because he went to rehab. But bro, no, you did your part, Jesser. You did your part, but you ain't even gotta explain nothing to that, bro.
I didn't say you were fighting demons because you went to rehab. I said it because you were battling substance abuse. And yes, Tyler, you said it yourself in this clip because I was using those substances. That's what I've been saying. And Tyler, you saying that it's legal to do those things is basically saying that it's okay. No, Tyler, you cannot justify drinking, smoking, and vaping because it's legal. Tyler, I want to help you. I don't want you to deny what you're going through. You say we're the only demons you're fighting. You're lacking awareness to the problem. Tyler, it really hurts me to see this part where you say what I've done is a joke to mental illness, when I've simply just tried to help you get through this. And again, I'm not a trained professional. And Tyler, like, I genuinely love you. I have no hidden agenda against you. I've always wanted the best for you. I know in the video you stated you never want to see me again or talk to me.
He probably still do want the best for you too, Tyler. But you, Mopey, but look how you acting, my G.
I don't have this same hatred back for you, Tyler. I want the best for you. I've always loved you. I would love to have a private conversation one-on-one to talk through everything because so much of this is such new information to me. Let me know if you want to talk about everything. I'm here for you. I have no ill intentions even after all of the stuff that has come my way. I never wanted to make this video. I didn't want anything to be public. I never wanted this to be an online back and forth. This is a lose-lose situation for both of us, Tyler. Yeah. I had to respond. I had to make this because I had to defend myself. I'll still always be here for you, Tyler. I love you. And to the fans, I appreciate all the support.
All right, y'all, that's the end of the video. Can y'all please like, comment, and sub? Not to mention, stay juiced up. Yeah, we out, man.
I can't get no rest. We in the house. I fall asleep with a tech. Stashing all the pills.